Next, it might feel like a touch of déjà vu. Another week and another vote on the Prime Minister's Brexit deal. This time, it's about changes to it, as MPs vote on a number of amendments which could shape the next stage of negotiations with the EU. To help us make sense of the possible scenarios and what it means for the capital, it's over to our Brexit reporter Mark Ashdown, who's with a business in Greenford. Mark.
Yeah, Riz. Well, I'm not sure I can answer which way Brexit's going in the next 20 seconds or so, but I'll try. Certainly tonight's vote could send Theresa May back to the EU to try and renegotiate her withdrawal agreement. It could even put Brexit off from March for a time altogether. Whatever way it goes, it will impact businesses like this. This is Sunmark Limited. They export and import goods all over the world, including this, their own brand of red grape sparkling juice, non-alcoholic. And we've been here today finding out how a product like this makes its way through here and what impact Brexit might have.
I am very proud. I started with £2. I'm going to give you my autobiography.
Sunmark is a great British success story, importing and exporting household brands to 130 countries all over the world. Like so many businesses, Brexit is crucial.
I very much hope so that we will have a deal, because the world has shrunk and we have now reached so many countries only because of cooperation and collaboration with our strategic partners in different countries.
This is how complex it can be for just one bottle of juice.
The foil, for example, we get that from Spain, or the labels we get it printed in Belgium. The outer boxes is printed over here in the UK, and then we put all the the material will go to Belgium.
So it's complicated.
It is indeed.
For their sales team doing deals across Africa, the Middle East and Europe, some certainty from politicians is long overdue.
Since we will not have sufficient stocks here available, so obviously we won't be able to sell, and our business probably is going to be adversely impacted. But in terms of long term, I see that we'll have separate agreements with various countries, and probably we'll be able to do better.
Uncertain times, though, for immigrants like Christina, the company lawyer. Will the current climate put people like her off in future?
I came here for education, and I always felt that England provided the best quality education. So I don't think this is going to change with Brexit anyway.
And now a good job.
And now a good job. All about hard work.
In the warehouse, some 80 lorries come and go every day. It's hard work for the minimum wage.
We have most of the staff come here, work with us from European countries, but at the moment, due to Brexit, we are having huge problem. It's difficult to arrange laborers from the EU. They are going back to the EU because of the Brexit and the issues.
Can't local people here do the jobs?
They can, but it's difficult to find out at the moment. We are having a huge struggle.
Our bottle of juice then is off for delivery, but the future for importers and exporters for now is less clear. Well, I'm joined this evening by the CEO here, Harmeet Ahuja, and I suppose, you guys are a good example, really. You import, you export. The Brexiteer argument is this opens up a whole new world to us, really, of other countries. You do that already, though. It's not always as easy as it sounds.
No, you're absolutely right. There are fantastic opportunities outside the EU, but at the same time, they come with a number or quite a lot of challenges as well. So we work in many of the fastest growing regions of the world, but they have issues because they're growing so fast. So you need to have more infrastructure. You can ship goods into many parts of Africa. They really want them, but they don't necessarily have the port capacity to keep up with their demand. Same thing with the roads. Another issue they often have is they don't have as much foreign currency as they need to trade with the world. So whilst the idea of a free trade deal is fantastic, we'd love it, but it doesn't mean that that's going to fix everything. It's not the panacea that everyone's talking about, really.
So we do really need a good deal with the EU to keep trading with them at the same time?
Well, from our perspective, we'd like to say that we respect the result of the referendum, but it needs to be done gradually. It needs to be done in a way which does not upset the status quo too quickly. We understand the way we need to go, but it needs to be done in a gradual way so people keep their jobs and things remain reasonably the same.
Yeah, and the same, I guess, with workers. We heard it from some migrants who you employ. We don't just want to turn off the tap to that labour.
No, it needs to be done, again, gradually. We have skill shortages in the UK that need to be addressed. One of the examples we discussed earlier was the shortage of lorry drivers in the UK. It's all well and good wanting to ship abroad, but how do you actually get the product from your lorry to the port even in the UK, never mind in other countries? So yes, serious issues potentially.
So what's the ideal scenario tonight out of what the MPs are negotiating at the moment or debating?
Well, I'd like to see them take it nice and easy, respect what people want, but at the same time, just understand that business can't move as quickly as someone who might have a different ideology to yourself.
Yeah, so certainty is important for you, really.
Certainty is very important to us, and I say to you, don't change the business climate too quickly. It's very difficult to manage that.
OK, well, listen, thank you very much indeed for joining us. We can see they're still working away here this evening. MPs, of course, working away as well. We should sort of know the direction Brexit's heading in the next hour or so. Riz.
Indeed, Mark, and on that note, we'll hear from our political editor later in the programme. That was Mark Ashdown there.